Hey, what's up, gang? Hey, sorry I haven't been posting a lot of my day in the life stuff lately, but I've been trying to get it together this year. So anyway, check these out. Look at these. Those are a good deal, man. They were like, here, hold on a second, hold on. Those are pretty nice pruners, and the rates aren't too bad either. So for like 14 bucks, you get a rake and a pruner, which I think is pretty cool. So anyway, we found those at our one of our local hardware stores. Thought it was pretty cool. All right, so while I'm walking back here to get my fix, what are you guys doing to get ready for the season? Because it's coming. You know, here in Cleveland, we start mid-March, close to April 1st. So we have all of our spring cleanups, our mulching. You know, right now we're getting stuff done in the shop, trying to get stuff cleaned up. I'll take you guys back there, show you what's going on, getting our trailers ready, our mowers ready. I've been meeting with some of my vendors, talking about equipment this year, what I'm gonna need, what I'm gonna need to buy, that kind of stuff. Trying to talk to my vendors, making sure I have updated prices on mulch, make sure we have updated prices on plant material, updating our software, which we just did yesterday with new pricing for plant material. You know, trying to get all that stuff. You got to get all that stuff ready for the season. So we're working on that stuff. And I know you guys like to see what's going on with the equipment. So I will head back to the shop in a little bit and show you what's going on back there. And then we're gonna go out and, well, not me, but the guys are gonna go out and do a little bit of cleanup this morning. So I had to put the sign up here, and look, it works. I had to ask people to keep their dishes clean, because, I don't know, we don't have a dishwasher, so, we have to do something. I hate when there's dishes like piled up in the sink. Just having a few issues. What's going on, man?
Lights? No lights, frozen locks, broken keys. Besides that, we're fine.
It's only March.
And it's 20 degrees.
I know. Land creations, my friends, land creations. We all go through it. Yeah, we all go through this nonsense. So, those guys are trying to get out this morning. We're trying to get out this morning. And, it's never easy. Always something. So, good question for you guys. How do you handle setbacks like that? Like if something's going on with your equipment, or, you're having issues with your vehicles, or issues with your mowers, or issues with your equipment. How do you guys handle it? Sometimes you have to call it. I mean, it's not fun to do that. We try to avoid that. I mean, we've got other trucks, we've got other trailers. But if you only have one truck and one trailer, or maybe two mowers, how are you handling it? And I think that that's an important question. You always have to kind of have those contingencies in place, so that if something happens like that, you try to at least mitigate the damages as much as possible, because you have customers relying on you to be there. It's only March, so, I'm sure that those guys don't have to worry too much about deadlines or anything just yet. But I think, something we should be doing to prepare for the season is making sure that we do have our house in order, our equipment, our trucks, and some contingency plans, like what's going to happen if something goes wrong? What's going to happen if a mower breaks down? What's going to happen? How are we going to handle it if people don't show up for work? There's quite a bit of issues that we have to deal with on a daily basis, as you guys all know. So anyway, what's been going on around here? I talked about a month or two ago about how I blew up the company, how I changed things, and I want to talk a little bit about that. And today I want to talk a little bit about just getting rid of, let's talk about getting rid of toxic elements that are within your company. I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to single people out. I don't want to single businesses out. But I want to talk about just, as well as I do when you're in business, that there are always toxic type of relationships and things that come along, and in life as well. So I decided, as far as getting rid of the toxic elements of my company, to really clean house, to walk away from a lot of work, to walk away from a lot of things that were integral to what was going on here at this company. And it's been very eye-opening. It's been difficult. It's been good. It's been bad. It's been kind of up and down a lot the past year, but it's also been very invigorating from a personal standpoint because I feel better about things that are going on within this company. Now, I have a long way to go to get back to where I was, which is a tough road to hoe. You know, I mean, dealing with trying to rebuild your company while it's already been built up and while it's already become what it was, which was a bigger machine. You know, paring that down and toning it down and then restarting it is a little more difficult than I think most people realize. Now, having said that, I'm okay with it. Like, bring it on. If it's hard right now, then that's good. That's fine. It fuels me. So if it's hard, I want it to be hard. I understand that it's not going to be easy. Now, that doesn't mean every single day I get up and get out of bed and go, oh man, I can't wait to get to work because I really want to get my butt kicked. But on the other end of it, I think that you need that to fuel the fire of gaining momentum and getting back to where you need to be in business. Whether you're starting out now or whether you've been in business a long time, and hopefully I'm talking to some people who've been through this, some people who have been through what I've been through, where it's you built up your company, it became something that you were able to use for your livelihood, you were able to use to help other people with their livelihood, with their families, you know, with their house payments, with their car payments. It's all integral to you as a person. And I think as you grow your business, and if you do it the right way, you know, when you keep your eye on the ball, that's great. But if for some reason you get complacent, which complacency is death in business. Complacency is complete and utter death. Like when you get comfortable with what you're doing and you're kind of coasting along, that is not a good place to be, my friends. If you get to that point, please try to find something or someone that will jar you out of that mindset. Because what can end up happening is you get fat, dumb, and happy. I mean, essentially is what's going on here. And it just, unfortunately, you know, that's just the way as human beings, we can only take so much. So, you know, my thought process is kind of always be pushing yourself, always be pushing your company, always be pushing yourself to the next level. And if you continue to do that, and maybe you need somebody to help you with that. Maybe you need somebody to help you push to that next level, to get to that next level in your business. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but the bottom line is a couple things. If you're gonna reboot, revamp, like I did, get rid of the toxic stuff, man. Whatever it is, whoever it is, whether it's a customer, whether it's an employee, no matter what it is, get rid of it. It's hard, I understand that, but get rid of it. The faster you do it, the better off you'll be in the long run. In the short term, it's going to be very difficult. But if you need to do that, you need to purge. It's a hard thing to do, but I urge you to do that if you're thinking about a reboot, if you're thinking about restarting your company. Second of all, please don't become complacent. You know, my biggest thing was, you know, when you achieve all your goals, which I achieved a lot of my goals. Like I had goals for, okay, I want to have a 7-figure company. Well, I did that. I want to write for a magazine. I did that. I want to go and public speak at all the top green industry events. I did that. Like check, check, check. You know, oh, I want this kind of house. I got it. I want to have a new car. I got it. I want to have a nice building and a nice facility. It happened. But somewhere along the way, I got comfortable. I got complacent. And to be truly honest with you guys, when you get to that point, like I said before, it gets dangerous. Because you're kind of resting. You're kind of going like, well, you know what? I got a lot of this. Like, this is cool, man. I got this stuff. Like look at me. And I've never had that mentality of hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. But on the other end of it, I think in my mind, in my personal mind, I was saying to myself, look at me, look what I have done, look what I have accomplished. And which is all good. I mean, you got to celebrate your victories, right? But the bottom line here is when all of that stuff comes to fruition, it doesn't all happen at the same time. It's a slow process. Like you're building, you know, you get your first commercial client. Then, you know, you get your first great key person, your first great foreman, your first new truck, your first new mower, your first facility, your first new house. You know, you have a family, you have a car, you get a new car. All that stuff adds up and becomes part of your life, which is all great. That's why we're doing this. But at the end of the day, don't let it undermine you into thinking that everything is going to be fine and everything is going to be easy, because that's not the case. Now, you can take that and reinvent yourself, which is what I've decided to do here, and I've had to do it before, but not on this level, and start over. And that's why I'm bringing you along on this journey. And I know, you know, I post a lot. There's a lot of lag time between my posts. You know, I tried to post a couple videos of me doing the public speaking thing, which I really love to do, to kind of fill the intervals of what's going on here. But at the end of the day, you know, I know that this content is important to a lot of you to see what's happening with my company, so I'm going to keep doing that. Having said that, I got to get to work. We'll check back in a little bit, all right? Thanks. All right, so what are we doing in here? So check it out. Working on some mowers. Getting things ready for the springtime, changing blades. We did some power washing of the mowers, and we also have done all the greasing, changing all the oil, you know, trying to get things ready for the upcoming season. So it's been a process. See my dad over there, he's been working hard. Doing a lot of hard work out here. Painting all the trailers too. And I have to show these guys the box we made for the, he made for the trailer. So, you know, you can see our salt trucks are still back here, so we have that going on still. It's March. We still get snow in Cleveland in March, so we have that. But just wanted to show you guys real quick what we're doing back here. And got a couple cool things, like check this out. We made this for our guys, some if they need weed whacker line, you know, maybe we ran out of spools or whatever. Usually each trailer has its own spool, but we made this for just kind of the middle of the shop here, and if guys need it, they can just grab it in the morning if they need to get their weed whackers ready to go. So we have that happening.
Blades.
Getting our blades all set up. I think I showed you this before, guys, but our blades are set up so that they have numbers on them and they correspond to the mowers. So it's kind of an easy way for us to get things organized. Look, at the end of the day, just don't get complacent. Don't let toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic customers take over your company, and you'll be all right.